No, I'm asking you. What do you know about it?
Nothing. Nothing.
But you're laughing like you do. I'm asking you, what do you know about it?
Nothing.
You know, Corn, that's not a good attitude to have. I don't know about it. I'm just here to do stuff.
When you throw some rudimentary chili, you did this on tax jar. I don't know nothing about tax jar.
Well, look, man.
So when I laugh and say, at y'all two being ridiculous, and Chili says I know nothing about it, I get to say I don't know nothing about it.
Well, that's a bad attitude you're having, Corn. The question is, do you still get a thrill when you see me coming up the hill?
Absolutely, I do.
Do you?
Believe that.
I figured you probably did. That's a good thing. Chili, did you watch any of that debate? I see you've got your Joe Biden stuff there on your shrine, which, by the way, yesterday when I interviewed Kurt, he sat over there in your chair. He felt really honored to be there, by the way. He did have to adjust the height of the chair. You keep your chair really tall. And so did you notice it was lowered today?
Yeah, Kurt likes to sit down in a hole.
Okay, yeah.
What's wrong with him?
But he felt really honored to sit there. But your shrine over there in that corner had grown so large that I had to actually move your vestments. Your vestments are over there under that tripod.
What'd Kurt think of my corner?
He kept saying, Pope Chili. That's what he kept saying. He wanted to grab that scepter, but he never did.
Yeah, well.
He never quite
He
worked.
better be glad.
Yeah, he never quite worked.
Yeah, well, he better be glad he didn't.
Yeah.
He'd been hell to pay.
Oh, speaking of the interview with Kurt, and then we'll get back to the debate. My vision for the podcast in the coming up future is to start giving you guys some long-form interview type episodes with people that I think are interesting. I really like them. And so we're going to have Drake at Macademic Media. Lord willing, we're going to have Drake edit these shows for us and put together something nice for you guys that you can put on, when you're around the house, you can put on the TV and actually watch and hopefully find some enjoyment in. And so that's my vision. Hopefully Chili's going to help me with that. There's a lot that goes into that, man. People, I think people enjoy podcasts. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you enjoy podcasts, and you probably listen to multiple different shows, and you hear shows like I know Cameron Haynes has a good interview show now. What's it called? Lift, Run, Shoot. Nick Bears had an interview show. Andy does some interviews. But to be able to put on a true interview, there's a lot that goes into making that happen. Not only a lot of equipment, but a lot of time and finding the people, reaching out to them, getting it all lined up, getting the travel set. So I want to kind of delve into that a little bit. And, of course, we'll see how you guys like it as it comes. But that one hopefully we'll have that first one out next week.
Yep.
That's what I'm hoping with Kurt. So we'll keep doing our regular Wednesday shows. This will just be an addition. Did you watch any of that debate?
Oh, yeah.
You did? Did you watch the whole thing? I mean, how much of it did you watch?
Enough.
There's a part of me that wants to go back and watch it I'm assuming it's on YouTube somewhere. I'm assuming you could go find it and watch it, right?
Yeah, it's got to be on YouTube. Where did you watch some of it? No.
No. The only bits of it I've seen are just clips people put on social media that are just ridiculous. I didn't see any clips of Father Trump speaking. All the clips I've seen have all been of Biden.
Just fumbling?
Well, I got on YouTube the other day, and an ad come up, and it was Barack Obama, and he was saying, if everybody that watched this ad gave $5, Kamala and Joe would have what they need to win the election. Said Donald Trump is expecting big money from billionaires, and Joe and Kamala are counting on you. But I was thinking, I don't remember ever seeing, another president doing an ad saying, do this so this president can come in. Maybe they have, but.
Yeah, I'd say they had.
Maybe they have, but.
I mean, this is the third term.
Funny to
this
me.
has been the third term for.
I just kind of felt like Barack was wanting to get elected again.
Well,
vicariously,
there's the potential theory that this was just his third term. I don't know how you feel about that, Blake.
Oh well, it was. Yeah, it definitely was.
Well, I don't think so.
Where is Barack Obama even at anymore?
He's doing speeches, man. Living on a boat.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen hide nor hair of him.
Oh, he's been around. He's been doing little ads for Joe. He even did a few campaign rallies for him.
I mean, can we please just acknowledge the insanity of anyone who would support or encourage the re-election of Joe Biden?
Well,
hold on. Let's just take a moment to recognize insanity is not even a strong enough word. If you would come out and publicly advocate for the re-election of Joe Biden, not even because of his beliefs and his policies. I'm just talking about because of the condition of this human being.
That's our best option, man. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, Chili does have his Biden hair shirt on.
Awesome colors.
Okay. Thank you guys for recognizing. I don't think there's a word to describe it, but insanity is the one that comes to mind. But yeah, thank you guys for taking a moment to recognize that with me.
Well, do you notice that after the debate, this had been prepped in the media before, but do you notice that what I said on record has already started to happen in full force after this first debate?
Which thing did you say?
That Trump would ultimately win this election, not because he actually got the votes, but because they install every president, just like they did him in 2016. Well, and part of how that was going to just be prepped and planned and distributed in the media was that Biden was going to be turned on by the very media that has propped him up to this point, and they did exactly that. There was very little comparatively, and compared to previously with Trump, hit on him in the media about his debate performance. There was a lot of, this was bad from both, but all of it was a focus on, good gosh, we got to do something about this senile old man that's running.
Yeah.
I mean, that was every article. Mm-hmm. It was, whoa. Turns out this dude can't even talk.
Yeah, and he's been doing that the whole time.
Well, no, he hadn't. We just found out now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I see what you're saying. How that's.
I mean, there's been a shift.
Yeah, how that's essentially their strategy to make sure that Father Trump gets elected.
I mean, there has been a marked shift in Joe Biden. I mean, if the media doesn't prop him up and make him look like the savior, and they hide this and that, all they got to do is tell the public, "Hey, man, Joe's in bad shape." And then the media will be like, "Well, crap, we're gonna have to. I just won't vote, or I'll vote for a third party." It would just, Trump would have an easy time even being legitimately,
I was gonna say, I can't believe that there's not some cognitive test that you have to pass before you run for president, or
they've all taken them.
Like, why is there not a law that prevents someone who is cognitively impaired or geriatric from getting the presidency? But you know what? There doesn't need to be. There doesn't need, if you're a full retard and you want to run for president and the people are stupid enough to allow that to happen, then that's what the people deserve to get.
Well, Trump was calling for Joe Biden to take a cognitive test, and someone was like, "Well, Trump, why don't you take it? What about you? You're old too." And so he took one supposedly, and then never showed the results. Just got on air and talked to the media, and they asked him how he did, and he said, "Very good. I did excellent." I mean, so
I'm sure he did.
Joe Biden could do that too. I mean, he could just take one and then get on TV and say, like, "I passed.
Yeah,
I passed." Yeah, Trump, he did. He is more cognitive than anybody else. He's the most cognitive.
Well, yeah, of course he is. His father, Trump.
So
he's the father of cognition.
Yeah, the father of cognition.
The father of all intelligence.
I mean, he is funny.
Oh, he's very funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Look,
he's funny.
Look, man. I mean, I'm supporting him.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. That's an OG hat, man.
Oh, it's OG.
And there's a reason that's up top, you know.
Exactly.
You got one up top and one
You know,
midway.
his new campaign slogan, you know what it is? MAGAGA. Make America Great and Glorious Again.
Really?
It's updated for a third term.
Is that all going to fit on a hat?
Wow. It was Make America Great Again, Keep America Great. Well, he lost that. He couldn't keep it great. So now you got it's now become ungreat. So he's going to make it great again, and glorious this
and
time.
glory. Are you serious?
Yeah, Make America Great
Don't sound bad to me.
and glorious again.
That sounds pretty big.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to do that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. We have a nation full of freaking imbeciles and fats. Go into the local Walmart. Go into the Walmart up here in Tryon, Georgia.
you know what?
Go ahead. Go on up there and see what we're working with here.
I just want a candidate to come out and promise a chicken in every pot. That's all I want. A chicken in every pot and 2 cars in every garage. If you could promise me that, I'd vote for you.
Okay. Hey, what about, I saw some clips after the debate of this white woman that is like ushering Joe around, and she's screaming out in the most annoying voice, "He's the best! He's the..." Did you guys see that?
No.
No, I didn't see it.
That, you know, these people have just sold their freaking soul to the devil, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Joe's originally was Build Back Better. Now his campaign slogan is Finish the Job. So he's pretty much built it back, but he needs...
It takes a good minute.
It takes a good minute. Like, really, it's essentially built back.
Yeah.
But the next 4 years are needed to just finish the job.
Just tidy up the loose ends, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, here's the deal. Do you want to make America great and glorious again, or would you rather just finish the dang job?
Just put a cap on it.
Just get it done.
Just all he needs is the capstone.
That's it.
Good night, man.
Yeah.
I mean, is there ever been a point in the history of this nation where we have had someone in the condition of this man, Joe Biden, running for president? Like, is there even any comparison?
Not mentally.
Not mentally, no. Because I was going to say FDR's polio is probably the worst physical.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see. I mean, you could run for president as a quadriplegic, but as long as you can think and speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it ain't never been quite this bad.
Did you watch the debate, Corn?
I watched about a good hour, maybe a touch over it.
Wow, how long was it?
It was still going on when I was done. They had maybe 6, 7 questions in at an hour. You know, with the rebuttals, they'll ask a question, want to get a rebuttal. Then the first one that got asked gets to rebuttal the rebuttal.
Wow.
Yeah. And they swapped back and forth.
Well, tell me what you saw, because I'm not going to spend an hour watching it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, what did you see, Bubba?
I think that Joe Biden, the first couple of questions, was pretty coherent. And when the dope wore off, he started stumbling big time. And when he started stumbling, that was it. He was done for. And Trump didn't have to. All he had to do was be able to hear him enunciate his words, and he was going to smoke him. Yeah.
So you think they had him hopped up on like meth and stuff.
I wouldn't doubt it. Compared to what he done in the first 3 questions, and then he just fell. I mean, it was like a light switch went off. He stopped and went, and he looked at the moderator, and then we're going to stop Medicaid. just out of the blue. He said something that was not verbatim. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, here's one way that you're mischaracterizing this. Let's not paint it like he came out guns blazing on the first two questions.
He came out doing way better than I thought he was going to do.
First
few
two questions was more like, but yeah, just like he was able to speak.
Yeah.
That's about all I'd give him. And then it got to where he couldn't speak.
And he was just trying to get personal with Trump then.
Did you see his face when Trump would insult him?
Oh, yeah.
He would like back away from the mic and go. He would do it every time. He'd be ready to talk. And then Trump would say something like, you know, your son's a convicted felon. And he'd go.
Yeah.
Well, how could Trump hit on somebody with a felony? He's a felon himself.
Oh, yeah. They fought back and forth about that.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's when he made the comment about Biden's son being a felon, is when Biden told him he was a felon.
Oh, yeah. They started mudslinging.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good old-fashioned debate.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what, man? You guys are really making me want to watch it.
Oh, yeah. It was good. It was big.
Yeah, y'all are making me want to watch it now.
Then I didn't see it, but I'd seen some clips that evidently they got to talking about golf at the end.
Yeah.
And Biden said he was like a 6 handicap.
He said he was a better golfer.
Trump told him, I've seen your stroke. You're not a 6 handicap. I mean, in a presidential debate, the biggest country in the world, they're talking about golf.
Joe told
That's
me
something you do when you walk off stage. Hey, man, I'll smoke you in golf. No, not in front of the entire world, all of your constituents. Who gives a fat rat who can play golf better? You know?
Wow.
Yeah, Joe told him he was a better golfer.
Yeah.
Trump said, "Show ain't."
I mean, good night. It's insanity.
Wow. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, y'all are making me want to go watch it. Do you think they're putting? They probably got both of them on some sort of performance-enhancing drug.
Yeah, if you don't think Trump's on speed, you're out of your
Oh,
mind.
he's on steroids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's
You better watch it. You're gonna start
He does got
clotting.
an awesome golf swing, son.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that Joker's 80. What is he, like almost 80 years old? Or
You know what's really crazy
sure.
is George W. Bush
He's younger than both of
is
them.
younger than both.
are you serious?
George W. Bush is younger than Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
And he was president freaking 25 years ago.
Trump's 78.
And W is 77 and Biden's 80.
Hmm.
That's crazy, man. When you find out GW is younger than both of them, that's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an old man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember George W. Bush well. He was the president when I joined the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man. Did you watch any of that debate, Blake?
No, man. I ain't even got TV.
Are you gonna vote this year, Blake?
No. Not partaking in that scam.
It's rough, man.
Boy, you just made some people mad with that comment, Blake.
Oh, I know it.
People really like to cling to the idea that their vote counts.
It does make people mad if you don't vote.
Oh, they get slapped mad.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
makes them real mad.
Yeah, I know. I've done some truck talks on it before.
About not voting.
Yeah.
Why does it make people mad?
Because they cannot come to terms with the reality.
It's because
that-
that's where their hope is.
Yeah.
They can't come to terms with the reality that their vote doesn't make a hill of freaking beans and crap, dude.
But does it make you mad that people vote? It don't me.
No.
Like, I don't care that they vote. I mean, I don't. But, like, why would I be
Yeah,
mad?
go ahead. Like,
Why
go
would I
ahead
be-
and vote. We know it doesn't count for anything, but go ahead and do it. You ain't gonna make me mad.
What do you think about in the local elections? and I come from the state level down to right here, just say Floyd County. Do you think it doesn't matter in Floyd County? Sheriffs run two candidates
I think
for
a
sheriff.
local. Yeah, I think a local could count.
Do you think the county would have some implants in there that they're going to try to make sure this one gets superior court judge? I mean, politics are politics.
Yep.
We know that kind of stuff is going on, but do you think think it's as deep as even the local?
Well, it depends. Our local, when you cast a local ballot or a local ballot, is it a like a paper ballot or is it electronic?
No, it's all the same now.
It's electronic.
Yeah.
No, it don't count then.
Yeah.
It may count if they want to let it count.
Well, here's what I've always thought. I mean, the local ballot thing, a lot of people go down to the local election every year. They're like, oh, crap, time to vote. Let me go down to the local election. And they'll just go to that list. They don't know what the position is that they're voting for. They don't know who the candidates are. All they see is there's an R next to this name.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go down the list on that right side on the R, just bam, 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 bam. Well, you don't know anything. Like, you're not voting. You're not actually voting. You don't know who or what you're voting for.
Right.
You're just going in there and filling out a piece of paper. Like, it's really not even what I would call voting. That's why I think it's ridiculous. Now, if you're somebody who you're that into it, man, you could tell me what your local politicians' stances are on everything, and they running on this, and they're going to get into the local city council clerk and change this. By all means, go vote for them. But, like, who the crap have you ever met that knows it that deep? The local stuff, people go right in there and just go down the list on the Republican or the Democrat, whoever they are. Like, that ain't voting.
There might be a couple of old folks that know.
Well, good. Good on them.
Yeah, but, I mean, everybody else is too busy trying to freaking scrounge up a daggone living.
Yeah.
It costs so dang much to just survive.
Yeah, I can't afford gas to get to the polls. That's why I don't vote.
Good night.
You're not going to get out and vote? Get out to the polls?
No.
You can't.
I'm deserting the polls. Desert the polls.
I bet Blake would vote if they had ice cream at the polls.
Dang right.
Speaking of dessert at the polls.
I just
Dang
thought,
right.
speaking of cost of living, this, I don't know if this was fake or not, but it kind of fit my narrative, so I'm going to just roll with it anyway. You know what I'm saying? This dude said he had a shopping list from Walmart, a receipt that was 45 items long, bought in 2022. It was $126. So he went in and bought the same thing again this year, and it was $414.
Holy smokes.
Good.
How much was it the first time?
126 to 414, and it was the same 45 shopping item list from Walmart. Same way you did everything, bang, quadrupled.
I just spent last night the most I'd ever personally spent at the grocery store last night, and that was $168. And I was like, what in the world, son?
That's the most you've ever spent at the grocery
Me personally, now my wife's went and spent more, you know.
But in
Dang,
one go, it
dang,
was
you can't-
168.
Yeah, nowadays you can't get hardly nothing. I bet you didn't have much.
It was maybe 7-8 bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, but yeah, just
What you have in there? Cornmeal?
I had
Grits and cornmeal,
grapefruit,
ramen noodles.
chicken.
I mean, but like that number, if that's, I mean, I would, like I said, I don't know if that's true, but I mean, but just based on 2022 versus 2024 shopping, looking at, I mean, it's,
Look,
what,
man,
Blake, I know what you're going to say.
No, it's nothing. It is nothing for Brooke and I to spend $400 on a grocery store trip.
Well, look, man, things are getting rough, and I'm tired of it, but I ain't voting.
Well,
This inflation is getting ridiculous.
Well, I'm telling you, it ain't only inflation. Like everyone, and I'm not saying all the owners of stores are doing it and whatnot, but the people know that the public knows inflation is high, and I'm telling you, some of the stuff is getting whacked out from people saying, "Oh, I can up this a few more dollars." Inflation,
Yeah.
I can do this. Look. When I was a kid, gas was 89 cents, and you could bet your sweet tootie that every gas station beside that gas station, it would be 89 cents.
I remember seeing it when I was a kid for 99 cents a gallon.
So you drive right here in Rome, and I guarantee you'll pass a gas station that's 305, and the one right beside it will be 345.
Yeah.
Like, that has gotten to be prominent in the last couple of months. It's usually pretty close. I'm not talking about driving from Rome to Brunswick, Georgia, and saying, holy smokes, look at the difference. I'm talking about driving 2 blocks down the road.
Well, there can be 2 gas stations right beside each other, and one be 40 cents more, and people don't pay attention to it.
No,
they've noticed no one cares.
Yeah,
so they just will make it whatever they want. Like no one even looks at it.
I don't like it.
Some people do. My father-in-law does.
Oh, I look at it.
My father-in-law will drive an extra 15 miles to save 10 cents a gallon.
Well, think about it, man. Chad, I've literally watched him throw away handfuls of change.
Yeah.
So 40 cents times what? 20 gallons? I mean, that ain't enough.
He's not a poor. He gets that high octane. He don't even get 97.
Yeah,
he gets 112.
Yeah. Supreme.
Yeah.
Well, look,
ethanol free.
I mean, what does it matter what the price of gas is? You got to buy it.
Well, all I can tell you is
They
I
could
ain't
put
voting.
gas at $10 a gallon. What you gonna do?
No, but if it was 10 or 5, you just gonna pick the 10?
But that's the thing about gas. It ain't like a gallon of milk or a 20-ounce Coca-Cola. You're using 40 to 50 gallons of gas a week. So throughout the week, those 10 cents, 20 cents a gallon, that's going to add up throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
To a man like me.
Maybe throughout your lifetime. Dude,
in a year, that's going to add up.
My annual salary is what? What is my annual salary, Blake?
$5 million.
My annual salary is $50,000 a year.
Corn makes more than you do.
Yeah, you make more than I do, Corn.
Well, he should.
Chili makes the most of everybody.
Does he really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
He's the highest paid sucker here.
I think you need to check that. That's bad if that's true.
No, it is.
I don't even know what my annual salary is, but yeah,
If
man.
Corn don't make more than me, then you need to fix that by close of business.
Chad's making $30,000 a year.
He just said 50.
He don't know. He don't know. What
I
he
literally
makes.
don't know what
He's got so much money, he don't even know what he makes.
I literally have no idea what I'm being paid to do the job I do.
You're on that payroll.
You better start looking at that gas price then, Bubba.
That is the God's honest truth. I have no idea what I get paid.
Chad's always had a slow leak on his bank account.
Yeah.
Always.
It's like them tires you put on your bike, Corn.
I know it.
Well, I got a question, Chad. Blake's not voting. I ain't either. I don't think you are.
But this inflation's out of hand.
But, what do you think about, we can't complain then about nothing, right? Or we can't point out the issues or talk about because we're not voting. We don't have a say in the matter.
Yeah.
Because we ain't voting.
Oh, that's what most people would say, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We can't say nothing. We ain't voting.
Yeah. Like your vote counts.
That's your ticket to complain.
Voting.
If you voted today, complain all you want. Because you did all you could do. Because you voted. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
We could very easily have election integrity. If we, just like now, we have places where you can go vote within your local area. If all of those ballots were cast on a tangible ballot, a piece of paper, right? And you had to show your identification when you went in to vote, and you proved that you were, through your identification, you were a citizen and you were part of this local community.
Oh, boy, ID to vote, it's a big problem. That's a big debate.
You cast a vote on a paper ballot, and then those ballots are counted publicly in front of the community that cast the votes, and they're tallied up, and it's recorded, and every daggone town and precinct across the face of this nation records what their tallies are, and it's all added up. We could have election integrity.
Well, you could still fake it.
Well, there would still be.
Of course, you're never gonna.
Obviously, it's never going to be perfect, but the simpler you can make it, and the smaller that you can break it down,
Yeah,
like the more decentralized you can make it,
for sure.
the more integrity there's going to be, right?
When you go to the bank and you get cash, they can put $50,000 in that machine, and they can spin through 50,000 papers, and 10 seconds.
No. No machines are involved in this process I'm talking about.
Well,
I mean, these
I
ballots.
think you'd have less error if you had the right machine than a human who could say, the human could count them publicly and sit there and say,
one,
2.
Yeah, who's going to
3.
count them, Chad? One.
Look, that's yeah. Obviously, there's still going to be error. There's still going to be some corruption and all this, but the more decentralized you can make it, look, man, you are a blithering, writhing, freaking idiot if you think that when you putting your daggone vote into some computer means anything. You are an idiot. If you think that there is any chance of integrity around that, I don't even know what to tell you. I'm not even going to be mean to you.
Well,
all right?
That's about enough of this vote. This is dumb. This ain't none of this worth anything.
Blake, this needs to be talked about, man.
No, we've belabored it long enough.
This is important conversation.
Get up your pad, pick your pad up there. What's the
Look, Bubba, you have one.
on.
Look, you have one job, Blake, is to look things up and run them cameras. All right.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to help you out, though.
Finish the job.
Put the cap on it.
Finish the job, Blake.
Trying to help me out. I'll tell you what, Blake, just because you said that, I think we'll keep talking about this debate. What else happened at this debate?
Well, it's not for me. It's for the viewers. I'm trying to let you know everybody's over it now.
What, do you think I give two craps about the viewers?
Well, yeah, or else you wouldn't publish the podcast.
No, I will tell you right now, this is my podcast.
But you put it out for nobody to listen to?
If you are, no, I put it out of the generously kindness of my heart. Unless you're on Patreon, you have no say about what the crap I come on here and talk about. And if you don't like what I'm talking about, guess what you can do? Go find another podcast to listen to, you stinking turd, man.
Yep.
You got no business here, man. You know I'm smarter than you.
He's putting it out of the generously kindness of his heart.
I like
Good
what
night.
I like what you're talking about, Bubba.
Now you've just scared Corn into submission.
Wow.
Like you have an idiot hearing an intelligent person talking about something that's worthwhile, and the idiot tells you don't talk about that, and then you pay heed to what the idiot says.
There ain't nothing worth talking. This ain't even worth nothing. You
Yeah,
might
it
as
is,
well just
Blake.
be farting into the mic. Just worthless air.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what. This is what it would sound like if Blake was hosting the podcast. Get ready. That would be your podcast.
It really would.
That would be your podcast for the week.
Oh, man. Well, Blake, do you not want to make America great and glorious again?
No.
All right, then.
That's why I ain't voting.
Then quit complaining, man.
That's why I ain't voting.
Jeez.
Good night.
You just going to have to watch the debate, man. It was good.
Okay, yeah, I'll go on there and watch it then. We'll pick up on this conversation next week. I'm making Blake all poopy pants. I have some work that he needs to do for me when we get off this podcast, so I better not make him too mad. Yeah, I told y'all the reason this podcast exists is because of our patrons and because of our partners. That's how we're able to do this. So, you know, if you ain't a partner or a patron, yeah, you out of luck, Bubba. Today, the episode is brought to you by our partner at Drink HOIST. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's a hot dang summer, man. I mean, this heat started early.
It's got early. Yeah, I can't remember the last time it's been this early. So hot, there's a dang hurricane.
Already.
No.
Already.
It is a hot summer, all right? I was out picking blueberries yesterday, and within 5 minutes, just picking blueberries, I was just drenched in sweat. And so that's where HOIST comes into play. This is the best hydration supplement that I have ever used, personally. It's got good, clean ingredients. It tastes really good, no preservatives, made in America. It actually hydrates you better than water. It has electrolytes, calcium, potassium, magnesium, got your sodium in there. It's got everything that you need. When when it's this hot, you can't keep up with your hydration just drinking water. You just can't. You can't keep up with it. So for probably throughout the day, for probably every 2 Nalgene's that I drink of water, I'm drinking 1 bottle of HOIST just to try to keep up with it. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you get dehydrated, some bad things can happen. All right? We tell people this on the ROP course. We've seen it happen at courses that we've ran out in the heat. It's probably the most important thing if you're going to be out training, working, whatever, in this daggone summer heat, is your hydration. And you have to constantly stay on top of it. And HOIST is a big part of what I drink, especially in the summertime. We've put this stuff through the paces. I drank this stuff for about 4 days, a little over 4 days straight when I ran the Cocodona 250 last year. I drank this on all my mountain bike rides, all my endurance efforts. It's got everything that you need, and they're awesome people behind the product. So if you guys want to support the show, go get you some HOIST, man. You won't be disappointed. DrinkHOIST.com. Battlefield tested, warfighter approved. They're big supporters of our military and our first responders, and they put their money where their mouth is. They just sponsored a veteran to come out on our last ROP course. They do a lot of amazing things. So check them out, drinkhoist.com. Thank you, HOIST, for being a partner with us here at 307 Project for so long and for putting out such a awesome product to keep us going, doing the things that we love to do. Cornbread.
Here we go.
If y'all don't know, 2 weeks ago, if you didn't listen to the podcast, Cornbread learned how to swim. We captured it on film. Did you get that film edited, Blake?
Oh, yeah.
When's that coming out?
Chili?
Well, it can come out this weekend or the next. That's up to you,
Okay,
Bubba.
it'll come out soon. Y'all are going to see Cornbread swimming lessons.
Probably July 13th.
What you don't know and what you probably can't see from the videos is he fractured his ribs. The weight of the water against his weak bones. His bones are so weak that the air, usually his ribs just have the partial pressure of the atmosphere pressing against his ribs. He got in that water, and that water was so heavy bearing down on his core, it cracked his darn ribs. I've never heard of anybody having that weak of ribs.
Well, I'm glad you let me know how I done it, because I've been in turmoil trying to figure out how I did it.
Yeah, when you go underwater, Corn, the pressure, water puts pressure on you.
Yeah,
Right.
you know that.
It even shrinks the air in your lungs. When you go down deeper underwater, the air in your lungs gets pressed down and condensed, right? So when you jumped in that water, the pressure of that water cracked your ribs. And we took a trip to Myrtle Beach this past weekend. Wonderful trip, by the way. Amazing company out there, Monarch Roofing.
Yep.
Man, that was a cool bunch of people.
Yeah, it really was.
That was a cool bunch of people.
Yeah,
that was a fun speaking engagement, man. We rode out there, man, and we get about halfway to Myrtle Beach. Chili was eating a pepper. What kind of pepper did you eat?
a habanero.
Chili ate a habanero pepper. Well, he didn't just eat that. We stopped by a Mexican grocery store, and they bought a bunch of nasty Mexican. You know, Mexicans are the nastiest people. They are the nastiest bunch of people.
What in the world,
you
dude?
can ride out to a job site or something where these Mexicans are working. There's freaking doo-doo and trash everywhere. They wonder why their country's a crap hole.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. Yeah, they doo-doo everywhere.
They generally got a porta potty out there.
Well, they don't use it.
Do you want to get in a porta potty in the 98-degree heat? I
I'm
don't
just
blame
telling
them.
you, man.
I don't blame them.
This ain't,
That's
look,
rough.
if you're a Mexican coming up in here, this ain't a third world country, man. You will act civilized around here. Clean your mess up. They need to shut all these stinking Mexican grocery stores down in there selling stinking dried shrimp and freaking turtle feet and all kinds of crap in there, man. Was that was so nasty, dude. The stuff they had in there, freaking pig tongues and
You hurting his ribs, man.
all kinds of stuff. So they went in there anyways, bought a whole bunch of this stuff, get back in the car, and Chili starts eating all of it. And then he ate that pepper, and he just started having a fit. Didn't he, Corn?
He did, yeah.
I did not.
By golly, you did.
He had a fit for an hour straight.
I did not.
By golly, you did. You was salivating.
What are you talking about?
You was going,
I did what?
oh, my God.
He wouldn't shut up, man.
Yeah.
He would not shut up about eating that pepper. I ain't never seen nobody have that much drama over eating a daggone pepper.
I seen Cooney eat one. It was pretty rough.
Same kind?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just acting a fool.
Look, no, I wasn't. That's just I won't allow that to be said about that experience. Yes, I was spitting a lot. Yeah, because
Spitting and moaning.
no, I was. Don't ever describe anything I was doing as moaning.
Oh, he was moaning,
no,
wasn't
sir.
he?
Yeah.
No, sir. We're not going to allow that either. No, sir. Did none of that. No, I spit and complained about the fact that y'all fed me those shrimp and whatever kind of things y'all were feeding me. It was Brooke's fault. Yeah, I complained about that. I said, why'd y'all feed me this? I might have got a little loud, spitting, snotting, but other than that,
Yeah, you caused a big scene over that. Well, Brooke was loving it.
I did not.
If y'all can imagine, I was stuck in the car with this idiot, Chili the Id, up there eating dry Mexican prawns.
That dried stuff's actually made in China. It's actually made in China.
Chinese are nasty too. they're nasty.
How nasty?
They eat bats and
Yeah.
dung and all kinds of
Dang,
stuff.
Mexicans will crap everywhere, and Chinese will come up and eat it.
Come behind them and eat it.
Like dog eating cat turds.
Look, there's nothing against these people. They're just nasty. I ain't talking bad about them.
Good night, son.
Who's the nastiest?
The nastiest people? I don't know who the nastiest would be. I'll have to think about that.
Okay.
You wouldn't eat a bat?
No, I ain't eating no bat. I like bats.
You'd eat a bat.
I mean, if I had to.
I've quit eating all meat. I've decided I'm tired of killing stuff.
We was literally just talking about deer season.
Yeah, I don't eat the deer meat, Corn.
What are you gonna do then? Just hunt and not shoot?
Yeah, no, I'm just hunting this year. Well, I might kill a deer, but the only reason I'll kill a deer is if it's a buck that's out raping does.
Oh, good son.
If there is a buck,
cut this thing off, man. Cut this thing
look,
off.
when I go hunt, I look for that rogue buck who's out there jumping in on these does and just doing bad things with them. And I kill that joker, man. I'm not, animal abuse is not in my repertoire.
What if there's old sleazy doe out there? What are you gonna do about
No,
her?
she's fine. No, those does are virtuous. I've never seen a doe that's not virtuous.
Really?
Oh, yeah. But there's always a buck or two out there that just gets real mean. They'll bite them does, kick them,
I've
horn
seen
them.
some bad does.
So if I kill a deer, it's killing the buck who is abusing female does. That's the only deers I'll kill. All right, and I don't eat them either. I just.
Well, that's kind of a letdown. You got me all hyped up for deer season. Now he springs this on me. He's vigilante hunting out there, making the woods a better place.
That's exactly right. Making it safer for the does,
Make
man.
the forest great again.
And glorious.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these bucks I kill, I wouldn't doubt it if they would kill a child or something too. I'm saving lives. I've saved many lives probably by the bucks I've killed.
I got you.
But back to the topic here. Chili back there, Corn, then Corn joins in on this whole thing. He starts eating these slices of candied watermelon with pepper on them. Pepper. Out of a bag. So Corn joins in on this whole thing. Of course he does. You know, he's up there.
Well, he told me he'd eat a habanero, and he didn't.
Yeah. He starts eating them watermelon slices, and you know, then he starts getting all jovial and laughing, and you know, causing a scene too.
Until he don't.
Yeah, that goes on for about an hour, and then all of a sudden, Cornbread locks down.
You did lock down.
I'm talking about he locked down.
I'm telling you.
Okay, okay. He locked. Look, Cornbread is driving the truck and he won't say nothing to nobody. And we're all like, what's wrong with Cornbread, man? And what we thought was wrong with him is he had been doing 75 hard, or he said he had been doing 75 hard.
Well, 85 hard.
I said, but then he said, but I'm doing 75 hard, but I ain't taking that stupid progress picture. That's what he said. And I said, well, Corn, then you are not doing 75 hard if you're not doing the progress picture.
Well, he was doing 85 hard. In the first 10 days, you ain't got to do it.
Well, he said he was doing 75 hard. He said it like last week on the podcast that he was doing 75 hard.
You did say that.
So
I didn't just come out and say it. I was asked about it. Don't embellish
So he
as if
lied
I
about
was
it.
bragging. Nah, Blake, I will tip these dang desks over.
You know, I haven't even thought about that. I haven't even thought about that, Corn. When I asked you that and you told me you were doing 75 hard, you lied to me.
No,
I
will agree.
I haven't even thought about that.
I will agree with the fact that I misspoke. I shouldn't have said I'm doing 75 hard. I should have said I'm doing 75 hard style program because I ain't taking the picture. That's what I should have said. That ain't what I said. I talked to Chili, 3 or 4 weeks before I even started it, and told him right off the rip, I'm going to do 75 hard, but I ain't taking the pictures.
Yep.
Then you ain't doing 75 hard.
Right off the rip.
And why were you not going to take the pictures?
Look, let me. Do you really want to have this conversation?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I've got this First Form app.
Yeah.
That First Form app will consume you. And you also, if you let it, you also take pictures on the First Form app. How many pictures of me does First Form need?
One every day.
No.
Yeah, buddy.
So I said, I let this app consume me, so I'm going to minus this picture of the 75 hard just for my own personal reasons, not because I think it's stupid or gay or whatever you want to call it.
That's totally fine, Corn.
Just didn't want to do it. But as being the respecter of my friends, when you message Andy and reported to Andy about it,
Yeah. Let's see what Andy had to say about this.
I said, okay, I could probably use some detail in my life, so I'll start taking the pictures. So then I started 85 hard. I started the second session of 85 hard.
Right.
and started taking the pictures.
So I did. I messaged I tagged Andy on the story talking about how Corn said he was doing 75 hard.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing it. Well, here's what Andy had to say.
What he's missing and what he doesn't understand, bro, that you and I understand, is that taking that progress pic, as small and insignificant as it might be, requires attention to detail and discipline. And the whole point of it is to fine-tune that focus and that discipline over 75 days. And obviously you and I know you need tune-ups for that as you go. But, yeah, he's got to be doing it, bro.
So, yeah, I appreciate your and Andy's input.
We're just trying to help you, Bubba.
Hey, I appreciate all the help
We just care about you, man. We're trying to help you.
I appreciate all the help I can get. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chad.
Well, it's just unacceptable, Corn, for you to say you were doing 75 hard the whole time, you knowing you're not doing the progress picture. It's unacceptable, man. You should have just said I'm doing some sort of discipline lifestyle challenge that I came up with myself. Like that. That's what you should have said.
That indeed would have been a lie, because I didn't come up with any of that stuff myself. Do you really picture me sitting down writing on a notepad? Okay, let me see. I should read 10 pages a day.
Okay. We could change. So I'm doing some discipline workout challenge that I took from somebody else, and I made it into my own way that I wanted to do it.
Or I could say I'm doing 75 hard, but I'm not taking the picture.
You cannot attach the word 75 hard with anything the program
that's the
75
simplest way
hard.
to say it.
Yeah.
75 hard sans progress pic. Done.
Thank you, Chili.
Yeah.
And it's not 75 hard. You can't.
I agree with that too.
Yeah. So why are you bucking me on this?
Well, you didn't
Bubba?
at first, Corn.
Yeah.
At first, what?
You didn't agree that it was not 75 hard at first.
Oh, no. I did not agree that it wasn't 75 hard first.
You what? You did what?
I understood what Chad was saying.
But you didn't go with it.
No, what he was saying is I have to do the pictures. If I'm going to do 75 hard, yes, I have to do the pictures. But if I'm not, I don't have to do the pictures. If Andy tells me I have to, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Theodore Roosevelt, the ghost of Montezuma, if any of those tell me, I don't have to.
Well, they wouldn't tell you, because at that point you're not saying you're doing 75 hard.
That's exactly what I was saying in the dang Suburban.
There's some guy that is on Instagram, and he tags me like almost, well, he used to, like every other day on some post. Mm-hmm. And he had come up with his own version of 75 hard. And he called it something relentless or something.
Yeah.
And it seemed like every third or fourth day he was starting over. For like a year. He would tag me. It's like every third or fourth day he was starting over.
Uh-huh.
But he acted like it was a win that he was starting over,
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous, man.
Well.
But yeah, Corn. I had forgotten about that, but I'm glad I brought it back to my memory.
Well,
it was a problem.
We don't need to spend too long on this, but I mean, it's really worth a discussion.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I'm talking about what I'm about to add. Now you're gonna get a little angry at this one, but after you kind of came out of your spell, you had decided your rib spell.
Yeah.
You'd kind of come out of that, and then you had decided that we're gonna pick up with day 11 of 85 hard. And so we're going to do a workout that night. So you ate dinner, did a walk on the beach.
Ate some crab.
And next morning, did another walk on the beach. So you're rocking and rolling for 85 hard. You're on day 12, halfway through day 12, riding on the way home, getting in your protein on the way home. And somehow we strike up a discussion about dinner. Now, do you remember dinner?
I absolutely
Y'all
do.
discuss this. I'm using the restroom.
I
Okay.
absolutely do.
You remember dinner?
Yeah.
What'd you eat?
I ate grouper, one Brussels sprout,
Yep.
three hush puppies with that butter dip on them, and a baked potato,
Oh, that's not even right.
and a fried green tomato, 1.5 fried green tomatoes, and 2 glasses of iced water.
And
That's it.
corn.
That is
We're
it.
not gonna do this today.
That is it.
We're not. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it today.
Then what did I eat?
We ain't
What?
gonna do it today, Bubba.
What did I eat?
You're missing the very thing that you sat there and ate the most of. All right, look. All right, maybe we can't have this discussion if it's going to flare up your rib injury. It's like flaring up a hemorrhoid with corn these days. He flares up his ribs. All I'm saying is, I sat there and watched you eat that dang crab dip with those toast points.
No.
I sat there and watched you eat it.
I saw him too.
Of course you did.
No, by golly,
I
he
saw
didn't.
him too,
by
man.
golly, he didn't see nothing. And y'all
I
know.
really did think, because I
I
asked
saw him doing it.
No. You really did what, Blake?
Well, I
saw him
asked you
doing
not
it.
even as a joke. I just said, how'd you like that crab dip last night? Because I knew that I'd seen you take a bite. I was just wanted to know. You said you had never ate it. So I was just like, wonder how he liked it. And then he says, what? I didn't eat none of that.
Like, I even remember what you said as you ate it. We were talking about how you had never had a Brussels sprout.
Right.
Brooke later gave you one of hers, and when the appetizer of the crab dip came, you literally looked at it and said,
Well, look, that come first.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I ain't never had crab dip, and then you grabbed a little toast point, and I don't know how you spread it on the toast. I watched you.
So, like I said, this is how innocent people get convicted of murder and other heinous crimes.
Well, right now I'm bringing the case forward that you ate the crab dip, and I've got 2 witnesses who
Now,
corroborate my story.
You have one witness. Chad really didn't see nothing.
I did. I saw you, man.
No. Even in the video of which we was talking about that, he allowed that I ate a whole piece of bread, and you yourself even said, well, now the story's changing.
Well, then
Well, it was those pieces of bread were cut, Bubba.
They were what?
They were cut. I meant by that you ate the whole piece that you picked up.
No, I didn't eat any bread. No, other than hush puppies. That's it.
Well, moving on. Freaking dip gate.
So we thought that's why Cornbread was locked down, is because he had been called out by me and Andy Frisilla on his failure to complete 75 hard. So we were all discussing it, trying to figure out what was wrong with him. Probably a couple hours go by, huh? Mm-hmm. We stopped to get lunch right there in Myrtle Beach, and Cornbread gets out of the car. He eats him a little bite, and then all of a sudden he just perks back up and says, my stomach's been hurting me so bad. Couldn't do nothing.
it was just like,
It's like, well, dang, man, why didn't you just tell us your stomach was hurting? Why didn't you tell us your stomach was hurting, Cornbread?
What? Then it was just going to be, I wonder, you got to go to the hospital? What's it like? What do you think's going on?
Corn, our first
But when
reaction wouldn't have been, let's take you to the ER.
When I stood up, it's like, it didn't completely go away, but it was like, okay, well, I'm not about to die here, you know. But I thought something was up with my appendix or something. It was rough as a cob.
What made you finally go to the doctors?
Because the nagging, the consistency of it, like going on. And Blake had told me that when you'd had your appendix out, that you'd had a couple of little bouts with it before it actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just didn't go away, really. The pain has eased up, but it didn't go away.
Did they check your appendix or anything?
And just X-rays right off the bat, and she said, see, you got 2 hairline cracks, ribs 7 and 6.
And that'll cause that much pain.
Yeah, she said the other side's probably bruised real bad.
Good night, man. Cracked his ribs.
And you know how you did it.
I'm pretty sure how I did it, but
I mean, when you told me you went ribs first on a burpee
on about 4 burpees.
multiple times,
Yeah.
well, that's somehow that did it.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably did.
Huh. Well, I'm glad you went and had that scene about, man. Did it bother you on your bike ride this morning?
Only when, like, if, you know, my left shoulder or right shoulder would dip down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
too
ahead.
bad. If I take deep breaths, like going up some hills, taking those deep breaths, I could feel it.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if your appendix ever goes bad, if you're listening, it will put you down, son. I'm talking about if your appendix goes bad, you will curl up in a ball somewhere and you won't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll put you slap down.
I had my gallbladder fill up with gallstones, and that put me down.
Did it?
Big time, yeah. Yeah, that was rough.
Dang. I wanted to talk about Blake for just a minute since we haven't talked about him at all. You know, he did a funny thing this week. Blake's always doing funny things, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's such a funny guy. Just if you just watch him, he don't ever do anything, you know, intentionally funny. He's just funny just by being who he is, you know. Have y'all ever noticed how good HOIST is with coffee? Have you ever noticed?
I never tried it. There he goes.
That is so good. If you take a drink of coffee and then take a drink of HOIST, it's so dang good, man. So good.
What's that Patreon question?
No, I want to talk about Blake.
Oh.
You know, Blake did the funniest thing this week, man. So you guys know I was trying to ask Blake to get this head to fix this thermostat. Because I'm so sick of how hot it is in this office. I literally did Resurrected the other Sunday, and I got up from that chair right there, and the chair was covered in sweat.
Yeah, I seen that.
These cameras will overheat in here. It's so hot in this office. I've been telling him for daggone weeks, do something about that thermostat. You have one job, to fix the thermostat.
Everybody just got one job around here.
Yeah.
Blake has one, and it's a different thing every 5 seconds.
But
Now that that's fixed, I'm going to head on home, folks. See y'all later.
He wouldn't fix it. He would not get with that guy and have him fix it, man.
Well, that makes 2 of us that wouldn't get with him, right?
That makes 4 of us.
I ain't getting with that feller. That ain't my job.
That's not a good attitude to have.
It's a terrible
That's
attitude.
a terrible attitude. My gosh.
Chad told me one time,
Why don't you message Andy Frisilla and ask him, should you get with the landlord of the place you rent?
I ain't getting with that feller, man.
Chad told me one time at a basic course, don't count on me for nothing.
Yeah, man. You know, y'all want to load me down with these things like, where's the keys at? Fix the thermostat, vacuum.
Hey, what?
You know, pick that up over there, you know.
Wasn't nobody complaining about it. We just cut a fan on and roll with it.
Yeah,
So
who told you to go fix the thermostat?
He did.
Well, but why?
I didn't tell him that.
I know that's what he wanted me to do. He thought you want it fixed, you go have it fixed. That's what he was thinking.
Well, that's generally the way things work. You need something fixed, you fix it.
Well, what was funny, buddy?
So he just refused to do that for some reason. Well, I thought, I know how I'm going to get Blake to get that office fixed up. So him and Chili come over to the house the other day.
He acts like he has enough forethought to plan this out.
And I told Blake, I said, you know what? I'm sick of that office being staying hot.
Well, no, that's not what you said. You said, hey, why don't y'all come up here? I want to get y'all's thoughts to give me a sanity check on this.
Yeah, he was scheming.
Yeah, I couldn't come right out and say it, Blake, because you didn't know I was, forming your mind up. I took him up to that spare bedroom up top there, and I said, look, I'm building a new studio up here. This is how I'm going to do it. Getting furniture. I'm building a new podcast studio up here. Blake started looking at it and this and that.
Well, I thought it was going to look like freaking crap. Windows and doors everywhere.
Chili was looking at it, and then Blake started thinking about how much that's going to cost. He started thinking about, how you're going to have to get furniture, you're going to get lighting, 2 new cameras, you're going to have to get, soundboard or rug. He started adding it up in his head. He started thinking, well, that's going to cost, somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 to build this new studio up out here. And guess what he did, Bubba?
What'd he do?
He got on the phone, and that son of a gun had that thermostat fixed the next day.
Well, it wasn't because
he come up here to the office and sat there at the office all day to wait for that heating and air man to come up here and fix that thermostat.
No, that ain't true. No.
Well, he was up here most of the day. I know, because when I came in at 2 o'clock, he was here.
I thought, well, Chad must really want that thing fixed. If he's set that he'll build another studio rather than make a call, he must really want it fixed. So I thought, I'll fix it for him. I mean, it's a little pitiful. I should have just let him build the studio is what I should have done.
If you want to get Blake on the move, you just convince him that if he don't get moving, it's going to cost money. And
somebody around here's got to watch out for it.
That son of a gun will get moving, son.
Well, yeah, I mean, it literally took a 5-minute call and 5 minutes with the guy?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes total of time.
Yeah, but
it's kind of appalling that someone would put that off that long because they want someone else to do it.
Yeah, but Blake,
that's
exactly
that's really unbelievable that somebody would do that.
You're right.
You know how much time he spent fretting over that?
Hours.
And thinking about
hours.
Instead of just saying, all right, let me take care of it.
Hours.
I ain't doing nothing else.
I'm a man of principle.
Go to the gym and go back home.
I ain't doing nothing. What are you talking about, Blake? When you
were supposed to come by here and sign that hat the other day and look at the website, and you just went on home.
You called me.
You told Corn, I'm going by the office. He said, all right, I'm going to print this order so I can ship it. And you didn't do what you said you was going to do, and you put our teammate in a bind.
You know what happened, Bubba.
You went home.
No, you know what happened.
Nothing happened. Didn't nothing happen. You told me.
He just straight up lied to me.
And he lied to me. When we left, I said, you going by the office? He said, oh, yeah.
Did you see how he said, look what happened, as if something serious? Like, he's serious.
Well, yeah, he's trying to act like something happened and we can't talk about it on the podcast,
Blake knows what happened that day.
Didn't nothing happen that day.
Great. You know exactly what happened, Bubba. So
yeah, you didn't do what you said you was going to do.
I just thought that was something funny that Blake did this week. This is how he is,
Well, he's made his rounds.
Yeah.
There's no one left in the room.
I didn't know that I'm the funniest person y'all know.
Oh, yeah.
Only when Brooke's around, that's true.
No, just period. I mean, I really feel bad because Brooke, she does take a lot of pride in being funny. I mean, she does. Like, she wants to be funny. She'll allow that. I mean, she did on the ride.
Yeah,
she has before. Yeah. But I'm just going to shoot straight with everybody that I've talked to, and the fact is, Chad is, he's just slap funnier
than Brooke.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's the funniest person we all know.
Yeah,
100%. So I hate it for her, but that's just the case. How'd you get so funny?
I just do it by accident, man.
See? That was funny.
That was funny. Cornbread laughed at it. See, I didn't even mean to respond to that in a funny way. Who is this guy, Theo Vaughn, anyways?
What?
Theo Vaughn? Isn't he a funny guy?
He's a comedian.
Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Is his show a comedian show?
Well, you were talking about podcast interviews earlier. It's an interview podcast.
He does solos, though, right?
Every now and then.
Imagine if him and me got together.
You ought to do it.
You talk about some funny stuff.
It might nag at him a little bit that you're so funny.
You talk about some funny stuff,
And
Bubba.
you're just a regular guy.
All right. Dude, I wanted to share a story with you guys.
He's scattered today, isn't he?
This is a heck of a show. It's like
What?
we're being driven by Sleepy Joe post Adderall.
Dude.
Did you like that laugh he gave?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good.
What did I do?
Look, man, you got a lot going on, Bubba. It's all right. I know a lot went on the other day that we don't need to talk about on
Yeah.
the show.
That
you
day
know
I
what
didn't come
happened.
by the office.
You're right.
You know what happened the
Yeah.
other
Well,
day?
of course I know. So,
Yeah.
look, we're gonna move past that. I know it's staying in the back of your head and you're stressed, but we got a show to do, Bubba. You can move on. Got this Patreon deep breath. You got this.
What do you really think would happen if me and Theo Vaughn did a podcast together?
I think you would get mad at him,
Yeah, I personally.
and it would become really awkward. Either Chili or me, one would have to be there with you to sort of.
I've never
squeeze
listened
your
to it.
hand or let you squeeze our hand.
Why do you think I'd get mad at him? I've never listened to it.
Because you've displayed this before. Like, that podcast would be absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it would be one of two options. He's, in my opinion, like, I think his stuff's hilarious. I mean, it's funny as crap. I like listening to his stuff. So he's funny, and you and him together would talk about that and be in a good mood and have a good time, and it'd be hilarious. Or more likely, you would get over it, tired of it, not know what's going on, wonder why the crap you're in this studio, and look at him and be like, and just not have any of it. And it would just be hysterical trying to have a conversation where you shut down everything that was said and just got slap pissed. So either way, for me personally, it would be absolutely hysterical.
Be good either way, huh?
Oh, it'd be good either way.
Yeah.
Why do you think I would get mad at this guy, Corn?
His comedic style is like teetotal opposite of you.
Huh?
It's like teetotal opposite of you. Yeah, it's not really practical type stuff. It's a lot of wondering and pontificating. Yeah, that ain't you. Your humor is practical.
Well, I don't think I would disrespect him.
No, I don't either.
Well, here, yeah, if you went into it with the right mood, and understood what was going on and decided you were going to be good, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Just be great. I'd have a great time.
Huh?
But
Well,
if you went in all, bowed up like you do sometimes, I would just be terrible, but also hilarious.
Would he fit in on our show?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Yeah.
You think he would?
Yeah.
Why don't you get him on?
What?
Get him on the show.
How you intend for me to do that?
That's your freaking job now.
No, I'm supposed to book you. You mean for just the one-on-one interview?
I'm saying to get him on our show.
On this show?
Yeah.
That ain't my job.
Well, it is now, as of right now.
Okay.
You know what happened?
Yeah, I do know what happened the other day.
Get that feller on the show, man. Y'all all like him so much. I don't know him.
I don't know him either, but I like his podcast.
Yeah, I like his podcast.
It's good.
I ain't watching it.
You haven't watched it or you ain't watched
I ain't watching it. Flat
Why,
out.
why not?
I can't stand comedians. It's the stupidest thing.
So how would you think it would be you going on the show?
That's kind of what we're getting at.
If you have the gall to call yourself a comedian, you are a worthless human.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's calling himself that. I mean, he is. He gets paid to do that. Like,
That's a made up thing, man.
well, so is podcast interview host.
No.
And you call yourself
look, man,
that. That's made up just the
being
same.
a comedian is the stupidest thing I have ever heard
I
of
won't
doing
disrespect him.
with your life.
You're showing me right now you probably would, and it'd be funny.
I mean, really, what man says that, you know what I'm going to do with my life? I'm going to be a comedian. Like, what kind of man are you to say, this is what I'm going to do with my life? Be a comedian. Worthless. Worthless contributor to the degradation of this nation. You know what people's problem is? All they want to do is freaking laugh. That's all they want to do, man. Stand comedians. That's why I ain't watching this show.
All right, then.
Ask me that question again, Cornbread. That's all everybody wants to do is laugh. You know what I'm saying, Blake?
Yeah. I don't laugh.
No, I don't. I very rarely laugh myself. It's a foolish thing. Foolish thing to laugh. Oh, yeah. I wanted to share a story with you guys.
Oh.
Yesterday, we were out on the range shooting. Me, Kurt, Brooke, James, and Jennifer. We're practicing our shooting, and I get up to run my drill. And Brooke had shot her stage just before me. And she shot her rifle, but she forgot to zero her turret back out, Blake, from when we were shooting that long range.
Yeah.
She forgot to zero the turret back out. So she was shooting her rifle. She gets done with her drill. We walk down to the rifle target, and she was aiming at a square shape. Well, just above the square shape that she was admittedly aiming at, there was a circle. Well, none of her shots went into the shape that she was aiming at. They all went into the circle above the square that she was aiming at. And so I thought, well, okay, well, she's just going to call her rifle a wash. She's not going to try to total her misses and hits up because she didn't hit a single shot in the target she was aiming at. Yes, she hit in one of the shapes, but it wasn't the one she was aiming at. So I thought, okay, well, we're not, usually we take a Sharpie and we mark the misses and total up how many hits. Well, she didn't have any hits. So we walk back down to where we're running the stage at, and I get my gear ready, and I'm standing there getting ready to start my stage, and she said, "Where's the Sharpie?" And I said, "What do you need the Sharpie for?" She said, "I got to go down there and mark my hits." I said, "You didn't hit a single shot." "Yeah, I did." She was going to count the one she hit in the circle because she hit them in the circle, and her scope was off. Well, I thought, well, okay, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I don't know where the Sharpie went. I felt around. I didn't have the Sharpie. She said, "Where's the Sharpie?" I said, "I don't know where the Sharpie's at." And then she looked over at me and she said, "Well, you're not being very nice." And I lost it. I started yelling out, "Oh, what? I'm not being very nice because I don't know where the freaking Sharpie went? What kind of crap?" I just lost it, man, right in front of everybody. And then Lurch was standing over and he said, "Here's the Sharpie." After I had done lost it, right out there in front of everybody, Brooke was so upset. And I got done with my stage and everything, and we was walking down there to the target. to score my round. And Kurt and James were walking with me, and everybody was kind of standing back from me, whoa, what's this joker? People ain't used to seeing me act up like that. You know what I'm saying? Kurt finally walked up to me. He said, "Hey man, are you did you lose your temper because your leg's bothering you, or what happened there?" And I said, "No, Bubba. There's just some parts of me left that ain't completely dead yet." That's what I told him. And it was funny because of how taken aback people were that I would lose my temper. Because they're not used to seeing that out of me. You know what I mean? And I thought I just thought that was interesting how it affected them. You know what I mean? And ultimately, that's what it is. It's just there are parts of me left that aren't completely dead yet, and I felt like I was being disrespected, so I lost my temper. The reality is, you don't have to respect me. Whether you respect me or not, whether you respect me or disrespect me, or blatantly accuse me or attack me, it should have no bearing on my temper. I don't have to be respected. And I'm not saying that Brooke was disrespecting me. That right. I'm saying that's the way I felt. I felt like I was being disrespected.
Yeah.
But the answer is, well, if I am being disrespected, that's okay. That shouldn't make me lose my temper.
Right.
And it was just, it was funny how it really took people aback that were there. And Brooke even said, "You haven't talked to me like that in years. You raised your voice, Like, what the world?" And so the point I wanted to make here is that we, all of us, still, at times and in certain situations, are going to stumble. That's the point I want to make here. And here's the difference. Here's the difference between the Christian who stumbles and the man who doesn't know God when he stumbles. Both will stumble. All right? Would you agree with that? Both will stumble.
Absolutely.
Right? Because when the Holy Spirit comes in and does a work in your heart and puts a heart of flesh in you and changes your heart, literally makes you a new creation, well, your flesh is not redeemed. It's your heart that is changed by the power of the Holy Spirit. And you're still in this old flesh, right? So here's the difference. Back in the day, before the Lord had done a work of salvation in my heart, I would have lost my temper in that situation, and I would have went on throughout the rest of that day fully justified in losing my temper. I mean, I would have vehemently defended my right to have lost my temper because I was being disrespected. And I would have went on the rest of the day in my mind fully justified for what I had done. There was nothing wrong with what I had done. I did what I did. I lost my temper because you shouldn't have been treating me that way. So screw you. Well, when I did that, now, when that happened, just the other day, after the heat of the tantrum that I threw had subsided, I was immediately convicted of what I had done, allowing my flesh to take power over my actions and giving in to it. And so, as soon as we wrapped up on the range, I had to stand before everybody there, and I asked each of them to please forgive me for losing my temper. I knew that was wrong. I know that was wrong. There's no excuse for it. No excuse for it. It's a part of me that's not completely dead. Will you please forgive me for doing that? And not like, oh, it's all right. I've done the same thing. It's all right that you... No. It's not all right that I did that. I'm asking you, will you forgive me? Yes, I forgive you. And thankfully, my wife forgave me. James forgave me. Jennifer forgave me. Because it was an offense to all of them, not just to Brooke. It was an offense to all of them that me, as a representative of Jesus Christ, would act in that way. They should have all been offended by it. They were. And I wanted their forgiveness for it. And I prayed about it and wanted to ask the Lord to forgive me for that. And so I just wanted to explain that to you guys, because there's always a lot of confusion around, well, you know, you're in salvation, in the work of salvation, you're made a new creation, so you should be completely holy and righteous. So can the Christian stumble? Well, yes, the Christian will stumble. I just wanted to show you the difference between when you stumble as a Christian and when you stumble as a man or woman who is still possessing their heart of stone. You will no longer carry on justified and trying to justify your actions when they are inappropriate. And that was my experience yesterday. Y'all ever had an experience like that?
I had one sort of similar this morning on the bike ride. I mean, I didn't go on a tangent or whatnot, but I talked to Blake about it. I was sort of taken back about how I didn't do it, like how in my mind, by God, not me, saying, whoa, now you better chill out. When we was going, so you go around one curve, two curves, and you're starting up, approaching the third curve on the hill we was doing PT on this morning, and that white SUV just got behind me and would not go around me. You know, and I'm sucking wind, my ribs are hurting, I'm going slow as crack, I'm wobbling all around, and they probably weren't comfortable trying to go around me in that curve.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to stop because me and that hill had a date. You know, I had to stop going up it twice because of sad sacking the first time, so I did not want to stop going. So it was ticking me off. And I said, well, I'm going to stop my bike and I'm going to show them the way to go and holler at them. And it was like, no, you're not. Like this person is not controlling your workout. It's not up to them to make sure you have a good workout. They're going wherever they're going. They're actually probably trying not to hit you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give them some space and respect, as you should, as a Christian, and do whatever you need to do to let them go by, and then continue on what you're doing. It's sort of overwhelming. We started going down the hill, and I was like, man, for a split second, I was about to just act a fool. And then, yeah, I know it was God. The terminology that you would say in your head, something told me not to, but all those thoughts just come at one time. No, you're not going to do that, dude. Just stop for 2 seconds, wave at them as they pass. If they stop, say good morning. So yeah, it was sort of, I didn't have a rant, but I think it's important to acknowledge that when it does happen and talk about that as well. It's all in and of the same, the good and the bad. It's like you said, it's still a work.
Yeah.
The good is a work just as much as getting through what we think's the bad.
Yeah, I like that. Praise the Lord for that, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. Yeah, this tantrum I had, it snuck up on me. It was just like, boom, it just snuck up on me.
Yeah.
I just succumbed to it,
Yeah. Chili about got hit by a car this morning, and didn't pitch a fit at all. I mean, Bout got hit, even though it was his fault. But
Yeah, he is Chili the id. He knows that.
That was a pretty big deal.
Well, I mean, yeah, this story doesn't really fit in this. I don't know
No,
what
it
I
don't.
would have threw a tantrum about. But yeah, I did almost get hit by a Cook's pest control truck.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had a pretty interesting experience in your head. If you don't want to share, that's cool. If you want to go black about it, go ahead.
Well, it's just different than what Chad was talking about.
I agree.
Well, that's all right. I made my point.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, you asked if that happens to us, so I'll go ahead and answer that. Yeah.
Happens to you too, Chili?
What,
I didn't
unchecked
know you had a much of a temper.
unchecked spells of anger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get a temper sometimes?
Well, I wouldn't say, I mean, like I've told you before,
I think we get that temper from Grizz. He got a terrible temper.
like I've told you before, you've said, oh, Chili's mad at this or whatever a lot in the past. I don't, unless I'm forgetting something, you've never seen me mad. Like I've never been mad at you or around you, like actually, but can I get that way? Lord, yeah. Yeah. I think it'd be odd if you could never get mad.
Yeah.
But no, on the bike ride this morning, not that this would make me mad, but it was interesting. We were riding down the hill. I mean, it's basically a dang one-lane road anyway.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, come on now.
It's like a lane and a half.
Yeah. So,
If that.
Yeah.
so you going down that huge, steep hill. It's windy, curves. Corn, Blake, and I are in a pretty good pack. I mean, we're pretty close to each other. Corn out in front, then Blake, then me. Chad was he was way up front.
He's probably at the house.
He was probably almost at the house. Yeah. He had gapped us by a few miles, but yeah, I mean, cars are coming up the hill. None came behind us going down that, but didn't something pass us first or no? They were passing us going up it from behind us. I don't know if any other ones had came when we were going down.
Yeah,
were coming
I don't
up.
remember any passing us going down.
But this thing was just like a blind curve, It's like I just look down, look up, all of a sudden there it is. And I mean, we were hauling too.
Yeah.
Not too fast, but I mean, it's got to at least be what, like 30 miles an hour?
Maybe.
When you just let it go down that hill, where we were at. And it was weird because we all really almost got hit by it.
Right.
But I mean, it squared me slap up, just perfect.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I told y'all, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it was as if, because I hit the brakes and like I just swung to the side and my bike made all this racket, and it was as if I tipped over sideways. But then like just like that, I was back upright and away from the truck. I mean, it almost felt like he got moved,
Right.
It was one of those wild things.
Right.
I don't know how I didn't get hit, but
I don't either. It happened so fast. Blake was beside me. I thought Blake was the one sliding.
Yeah.
And it was actually you.
yeah.
It's like my eye totally eliminated Blake from the picture because I don't remember seeing him. I just remember seeing the truck, and I know he was beside me, the truck, and then all of a sudden you're sliding sideways.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and I remember that sound. It was distinct. It was
Yeah.
and the truck never slammed on his brakes. Did you notice that?
Did he not?
He did. The front end dove.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it did.
That might have been what I thought was coming
Okay.
toward us.
So he had to hit it hard then.
yeah I,
I mean, he
seen
was-
his front end. It
Okay.
dove.
He was
down.
rattling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad that fella didn't hit you.
Well, I was kind of hoping he did, and I could get a little check in the mail.
I done told you that was not going to work. You was on his side of the road.
Oh, come on now.
That wasn't going to work.
Well, there's an argument to be made there with a good lawyer that that road is unsafe for bikers to travel down.
I agree,
and
yeah.
so I'll sue the city, Corn.
That would be the county.
I'll sue the county.
That'd be the county.
I'll
no
sue the
crap.
county.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Go ahead. Cooks can be let off. I'll sue Floyd County.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to call Glenda, Bubba.
Glenda Mitchell.
Yeah, you gotta call Glenda. All right. What do you got on all this, Blake? You're a man of much thought.
Well, I mean, I have
and words.
I get ill sometimes too.
Yeah.
Can't nobody make you ill like your wife. You know, I spout off some stuff to her that I shouldn't do. Not all the time, but you know, certain things you say, and then you just automatically just boom, spit right back out, and it's not right. But then it can just feed, you know. Then they can say something else, and then before you know it, you say, "Good gosh," you know. You don't realize it till you're down deep. Then sometimes you don't always apologize. Then it just sits and festers, and that's definitely not the right thing to do. But I think that's where Chad was talking about. You can live in it and live justified, saying like, you know, well, I wasn't in the wrong. That was them that did that wrong, and so I don't think anybody's immune to it. You know, everybody seems to think I'm real even keel and don't ever get mad, but I do get mad. I get mad.
Well,
so
I don't think
I'll do the same thing.
You are a very even keel, consistent person, but I don't think I would have ever even meant by that when I say it that you don't get mad. You control it.
Yeah, well, I don't always.
Well, no, not always. Nobody does, but generally you are a very even keel person, which means you can feel those things and do control it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you all the time? No, but
sometimes.
Well, I have a good question for Blake here because he's real good about this. This is a Patreon question. If you guys don't know, over on Patreon, every week we get to pick a question that you guys submit, and we talk about it here on the podcast. The crap are y'all doing, man? Give me one of them candies.
Well,
throw me one of them candies.
I don't know how I feel about it.
That all right for a blood clot?
That's particularly well for a blood clot, as a matter of fact.
It really does.
Need some of that. What is that you got in that bottle right there, Chili?
Huh?
What's in that bottle? Read that bottle.
Well, no, I can't talk about that.
Blood cleaner.
What used to be in it? Strengthening cordial and blood purifier, Dr. McLean's.
That's what he needs, some Dr. McLean's.
Dang.
Now look, Bubba, that Werther's you just put in,
That's good.
that's a protein C inhibitor.
Well, that's not good.
I know.
I guess I'll have to eat some.
Ain't nothing like a Werther's, son.
I guess I'll have to eat some turmeric.
They're good.
That's good.
Y'all know I think about every time I'm looking stuff up on my web browser on my phone. I'm like, it's gonna be so funny when Corn sees what I'm researching in the morning.
Why you see his search history?
This
Corn?
phone,
Your computer.
He's got it logged. He's got the phone and his phone and the computer's like synced together or something.
somehow it syncs together.
Yeah.
I don't know how. This is a Patreon question from I think it's best for Blake. It's not the one you submitted to me, Corn.
Okay.
This is a different one. It's a little shorter. I will ask you guys on Patreon, if you do submit a question for the podcast, we appreciate it. We want you to do it. I would just ask for you guys to try to condense the question to where it's condensed.
Concise?
Yeah, so we can like get down to what is it exactly that you are asking.
Yep.
That would help us tremendously. But I started a new thing on Patreon too. I just did one yesterday. I'll probably do another one this evening. I just called it Selected Scripture, and I just picked something that I had read from the Bible in the morning, and I read it, and I just spend a few minutes talking about it. But this is a comment on there from John Presley. It's been heavy on my heart about how people are and how we are to be the light of Christ to them. I've been struggling with loving people as Jesus did. how do we, as followers of Christ and men and women of integrity, how do we love those that just don't care? The good enough crowd. Looks good from my house people. I believe I'm always learning and striving to become better daily, but I get discouraged with the state that people are in today. So how are we supposed to love people that are really hard to love? That people that just don't freaking care. That's what he's asking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think for different people that's harder, for some than others. But, you have to like all of these things, again, it's just a change of your heart, but you have to understand that you are also unlovable. Just as much as you think someone else is unlovable, you are just as unlovable to somebody else and also to God, because he's perfect. And so if we were to imitate Christ, then if he loves you and your unworthiness and your unlovableness, then we are to also love the others that are unlovable. And I would tell you not to seek doing that in and of itself. Don't say it's hard for me to love people that are unlovable, so I'm going to try to do that more, because that's the result you want, but you achieve that by praying to God, asking him to change your heart, and getting closer to him ultimately by studying his word, by getting to know who God is more. He will reveal himself to you more. And the result of those things will be loving the people that are unlovable. And so these things that we want, we shouldn't seek just changing that thing. Like, it really is just getting closer to God, and then you will love people, which will fulfill all of the commandments. And so that's what I would say. And again, that's hard for some people. Like, it's not hard for me to love people that are unlovable. Like, it's not a challenge for me, but for other people I know it is. Like, I can see someone in their evilness and I can see my own evilness just as much and know that evil is evil. And while they have different consequences on earth, they're still just evil. And so I can somehow just by God's grace, I can bear with those things and represent God in those moments. But we should love the unlovable, because there's scripture that talks about, what good is it to love the people that do good to you? Wouldn't anybody do? I mean, I know the exact scripture. That's paraphrasing, but so that's what I would put to the question.
I knew you'd have something good to say about that, Blake. You got anything to add, Cornbread, Chili?
I would say when it said people that don't care, I'm assuming they're thinking don't care about the expectations that you have of what they should be caring about.
Yeah, he said the good enough crowd, essentially. Yeah. Like
they
don't want to get any better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's that to you when it comes to love? How does that hurt you protecting them when it comes to love?
Well, I think I'm gonna teach on Resurrected on Sunday night. Basically, I think I'm gonna title it "Questioning Your Faith." Like, why are you questioning your faith? I think I'm gonna teach on that. It'll play into this conversation a little bit.
Yeah, something chilly.
No, if I added much, it would just be unnecessary, because Blake, I think, answered it very well. And I guess I'll just add the unnecessary anyway. Just reiterate his point on, I don't believe there's any such thing as an unlovable and a lovable person. Like, the nature of that question is to ask, how do you love a person that's essentially unlovable or unlovable to you, or seemingly, I mean, we all on equal footing as far as that goes. I mean, you may have someone that's like you can have someone in your life it's easier to love than the next person, but we're all equally
Well, then it just comes down to your preferences.
Yeah, and that shouldn't matter and doesn't matter, so.
Yeah.
this scripture is Luke 6, 32. If it says, if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. So there it's just saying, like, just because someone's hard to love is not an excuse or a reason to just say, well, you know, they're hard, they don't love me, they're not doing what I'm doing, so I'm not fooling with them. Like, and I think this guy understands that, but here's just also evidence in the scriptures to back that up. That is good.
Yeah, he's asking the how do you do it. Yeah. All right, outstanding. That's all I had for today's show. What do we got, Blake?
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, if anybody in the comments says Happy 4th of July, we're shutting this unit down.
I was just about to say that Werther's really relaxed him and kicked him back in his seat. And
No, it didn't.
It crossed his leg, but it didn't.
No, it didn't.
All right.
Hold on. I got something for y'all. We got a new website. The crap is calling me from Skyline. What is Skyline?
We're going to need you to cut that off, Bubba, when we do this podcast.
I thought I put it on vibrate. No, I still got it. We got a new website, man, and let me tell you what, this thing is off the chain, dude.
And
We finally have a website that I'm really proud of. This thing is off the chain. Tell the people about it, Chili.
Well, it's completely redesigned, all new. Should function better, should look better, should operate better on our end and your end. User experience, functionality, creativity, artistry, photography.
Yep.
Boom.
And we're going to be doing a weekly newsletter, right?
Yep. When's that going to come out the first time, Bubba?
Probably this Sunday.
All right.
Yeah, probably this Sunday. I'm going to write something up.
Yeah, there's you'll find it all over the site, but on the homepage, there's a big icon to sign up for the newsletter. That's going to be, that won't be just a normal newsletter where we, send random stuff or just useless crap. It'll be updates from us from the week, exclusive content from Chad or somebody from the team, catching up on all the things you might have missed, like a new release in the store, a new product, an extra podcast that came out, the regular podcast, YouTube videos, whatever. It should all be there in one place and actually be something to receive weekly that you look forward to, that's new every time and keeps you up to date on things that we're doing. Because people say they miss stuff we're doing all the time, or, oh, I saw y'all had this shirt and I missed it, So if you sign up for the newsletter, you'll also get early access to stuff just like that. Like if we've got a new product coming out, we may even have some products that are only for newsletter subscribers and no one else will see it or be able to buy it. So it's definitely worth doing, in my opinion. It'll be a cool little thing to see every week.
You guys should really check out that website, 307project.com. And I've been wanting to get a new website done for years, but the biggest thing that stopped us from doing a new website is finding someone who would work with us and who had the creativity and the vision to be able to create a website that was worth paying for, and that we would actually be proud of, that would put in the work to understand what we do at 307 Project, to understand the nature of our brand. It was like, you go online and you try to find someone to build your website out for you, and you're just starting off with some stranger, and they just want to build your website and be done with it. They don't want to actually put in the work to make it something that is unique and unique in a way that it represents your company and your brand specifically. So my man Chili found a company. And how'd you find this company, man?
I've just heard about it, man.
What's it called?
Perfect Design Company.
Perfect Design Company.
Yep.
Chili found it. He was like, look, we need to use them to recreate this website. And I was like, okay, why? And he's like, they're really good, man. How was your experience working with them?
No, it was good. It was big. It was real big. I mean, no, really, like, when it comes down to it, we wanted very specific things, right? With the old website, not only was it designed in a way that didn't fit our style or what we were looking for or look how we wanted it to or look whatever, it also, in my opinion, didn't function well either. Things were hard to find. You would constantly hear people say, oh, this is hard to find. Where do I find this? Ask questions that could have been avoided altogether by being right front and center and easy to navigate. And
dude, you guys got to go read the FAQ on the new website. Y'all got to go read the frequently asked questions page on the new website.
Yeah, we never even had an FAQ before. Now
No.
we got one. That's needed.
Yeah.
So, no,
So those people, they were they real responsive? Worked well with you?
oh Lord, yeah.
Did a good job? You think they actually cared?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean, you can see that they care through the work that was put into the website and how it looks now. If you didn't care, it wouldn't look like that. So
Yeah.
no, it was great. And
Did they get it perfect?
Oh yeah.
This is Perfect Design
Perfect
Company.
with a K, you know.
Okay.
Perfect with a K, by the way. Perfect Design Company with a K.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wanted to focus on, the training we do, the content we produce. I mean, that's what 3 of 7 Project is, right? Or that's at least what we do. And yeah, that should all be easier to navigate. People have confusion with signing up for a course or want to know this or that or more. I mean, it's all right there. Easy to find, easy to complete. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to go check it out and let us know what you think.
Well, if you have a brand or business, we just wanted to highly recommend Perfect Design. They didn't pay for this. We want to give them a shout out just because they did such a good job on the product for us. And so, where do they get in touch? How'd you get in touch with them?
Well, it's linked on the bottom of our website in the footer there. There's a link where it says Perfect Design Company. You can link to it there.
Awesome.
Or just type up perfectdesigncompany.com and it should show up.
They did good, man. I'm glad you found them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, off the chain. That was awesome.
New store, too. The store looks completely different.
All new photography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was huge, man. That was a big piece of what we wanted to do. Everybody complains that we don't have international shipping, and the hope is that will be brought back very soon because we've made this change now.
I've heard that before.
Well, you've heard that before, but we've never had this system and a totally new back-end process. So still have to make sure that's got some things ready, but I think that's very promising that will actually be able to be a go now. There's going to still be problems with international shipping because all you people that don't live in America don't deserve to be sent our stuff, but we're going to try to do it anyway. So, no, the whole store looks totally designed different and it functions better, so hopefully there won't be as many problems with the technical issues that we've had in the past with international and domestic shipping. So, I'm real excited about it. Go check out the store, too.
Heck yeah, man. All right, Blake, what you got?
We got Jackarette at $4.99. He said, Chad, why are you wearing the garment again? I remember you ditching it for a basic watch. What happened, Bubba? I'm getting on the ROP for 2025.
Yep, I actually put this on for the ROP course, and I just haven't took it off because when I put it on, I have to. The band is it doesn't Velcro anymore, so I have to take a piece of duct tape and tape it on. And I put it on for the ROP course because I needed a stopwatch, and I just haven't took it off. So good question. I still got my old Luminox.
Cody Bryant coming in at $10. Don't you know him?
Mm-hmm.
He said this is to get G Money some self-defense lessons so he don't get abducted by the Amazon delivery guy. Ask Corn the story. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We heard the story the other day.
Yeah.
Freaking G, man. Froze up.
He did.
Fight or flight.
That's right.
Fight, flight, no, or freeze.
Yeah.
He chose freeze.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We had Joe come in at $4.99. Y'all have some great interviews in the past if anyone wants to go back and listen. Very impactful, deep conversations. Appreciate 3 of 7.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
I could use the restroom.
This is a funny one. Cody Bryant come in at $5. He said, I want to see corn versus chili on the range.
Oh, it's a show.
Let's do it.
No, but
Boy, that'd be a clown show.
We got to get some scopes.
yeah, that's
No,
all.
it wouldn't be a clown show. Quit
It was
embellishing,
last
Blake.
time.
Quit being dramatic.
Go
It
ahead.
was
We'll
last
make a
time.
dang video about it, and
Quit being
you
dramatic.
and Chad can commentate, and I'll show you who's boss around here, son. Look, Corn, are we gonna do the? I'm putting it out on public record. Are we gonna do the Tactical Games 2025 team competition?
Yeah.
You and me.
Yeah. Me and you. Yeah.
We
Now,
gonna,
now you said it.
I said it. Oh, we go. And now I didn't say we're gonna do all of them. We're gonna pick
No,
one.
we ain't going to do all
yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll pick one and do it.
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
I'm there, buddy.
Let's do it.
All right.
And it's on record.
It's on record.
Mark
It's
it
on-
down where I said
it's
this
on-
because
you-
I
you
can't
got-
back
you
out
need
of it
to-
now.
You need to tell Chad that.
Yeah, me and Corn are gonna. I'm agreeing to it. I'm committing. 2025. Me and him are gonna do a team competition at the Tactical Games.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Wow.
Well, we had Mud Baby come in at $1.99. Said $1.99 for corn to never shake maggots on me again.
Dang.
Whoa.
Tell you what, Corn, you about as nasty as a Mexican, man.
He will. I heard one time dog crapped on his shirt. He just wore it all day. Dog crap on it.
Did you see that video?
Nasty as a Chinaman.
Did you
No, I hadn't seen it.
I left some of them stingers in my feed sack,
Yeah.
and they melted, and flies laid eggs in there. My gloves was in there, and I unzipped that booger, and it was just full of maggots. And I walked up on the porch to wash my gloves off in the kitchen sink. Mud Baby was on the porch, so I was aggravating her with them maggot gloves. Hey, she's terrified of snakes, like freeze up, crying.
Hey.
Snakes.
What? Okay. Just throw that out there.
Y'all know, did y'all notice? Go ahead, Corn.
No, that's it.
Did y'all notice that some idiot has put a massive bottle of lotion on the sink in that bathroom out there?
That's soap, man. It's been there since we've been here.
No.
Unless it's new,
There's a
new.
massive bottle of lotion
Oh, I haven't
on that
seen it.
sink in there. Look, whoever in this office complex is listening to this podcast that put that bottle of lotion in there on that sink, you are a nasty, perverted son of a gun. Throw that away, man, or put that in your own office. That's a public restroom. That's a public restroom.
Why
If you want stinking lotion, take it and put it in your own office, man. You don't see me piling my crap up in the public restroom.
He's acting like that lotion's a hawk tour.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
I mean, that's a big whoa. That may be the biggest whoa we've ever had.
I'm telling you,
Whoa.
this is getting out of hand.
I mean,
Sorry, I just had to put
this show.
I saw that and immediately, you can't do nothing in public. You can't have nothing in a public space. People are just act like it ain't even they just act like it's theirs. They just act like, well, this is just my personal bathroom. I'm gonna come up in here and put a daggone bottle of lotion in here, the size of this Nalgene bottle, on right on the sink right there. This is a public space.
Woo.
I hope they heard it. I hope they heard me yelling.
Well, they watched the podcast, so
Good.
They might actually be hearing it right now.
They're gonna know.
A contingent of them watches it.
We had Briston Rains come in at $4.99. He said, "Call me Boudreaux. What do you think about an American Revolution 2 and calling the country New America.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brisson, we'll call you whatever we decide we want to call you. Don't come up on this podcast telling us what to call you. We'll call you what we decide to call you. What do we think about an American Revolution? There ain't enough men in this country left to start no American Revolution, man. What are you going to do? Throw fat at people?
Oh. Slinging fat.
What are you going to do, sling fat?
It's going to be up to Marjorie Taylor Greene if that happens anyway. Don't forget her. Don't ever forget her, Chad.
Yeah. All right, here's one for you. We got Madison May coming in at $4.99. Says, hey, Chili, how old is too young for you?
Look, Madison,
you're gorgeous.
Look, Madison, you need to go read the FAQ on the website.
Well, that
right?
doesn't. Well, I hadn't read one of those answers.
Yeah. You need to go read the FAQ on the website. All right, that's going to answer all those questions like the one you just asked. Right
she
there.
wasn't asking to date him or nothing. She just said, how old is too young for you?
It'll be blatantly obvious.
Yeah, I think
when she goes on there.
I'll refer you to the FAQ page on the website.
That's not the first time I've heard that Chili's gorgeous.
Me either.
Well, that was a silly thing to say, Cornbread.
Nonetheless.
He wasn't around when all that was going on.
He wasn't.
I'll tell you what, Cornbread, that one really flopped, Bubba.
No, it did. It only did to you because you have no humor.
He wasn't
that one
around
really
when it
flopped.
even happened.
He wasn't around. He done went home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He done went home.
You
It
remember
was
what
12.
happened that day?
Yeah, I remember what happened that day.
Let's try not to say things on the podcast that just flop.
Oh, it didn't flop.
All right.
It didn't flop. You let us worry about the humor, Bubba. You stay over there and keep your legs crossed. Have you another Werther's.
We had Eric Darmanalian come in at $20.
Dang, Eric.
Just stopping to spread some love. We'll listen later. Team 27 Basic Future Rock TBD.
What I'm talking about.
Awesome.
Come on,
Thank you,
with
Eric.
We had Skinny Bro come in at $4.99. He said Chad is a hardcore.
A hardcore?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, buddy. You better watch what you say about me.
I love how we read all these in chat insults. All super chat people. We had Rab 1967 come in at £2. Election day tomorrow in the UK. I won't be voting.
Good job, Rab.
Marty Bingham 1999.
Marty.
Having an uncanny ability to read people, I could tell y'all were pretty worried about my big toe and ankle blowout last week, so I have an update for you.
Thank
He
goodness.
comes back in at $19.99 for the update. I don't think it's anything a few weeks in the recliner and a strict diet of Kool-Aid and watermelon won't fix. If that don't work, I'll holler back at you and let you know. Try not to worry too much in the meantime.
There you go, Marty.
Is Marty black?
You know Marty.
You know Marty.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's black.
You met him. What did he look like when you met him?
I love when you wonder what?
Move on, Blake.
Dano, not in the lion's den, come in at $5.56. As a nation, if we continue to support the corruption, we're pride, instead of our Redeemer that paid the price on the cross, judgment is inevitable.
Yeah, I agree with that, buddy. Did y'all see that that homosexual parade somewhere up in Washington or something where all them people was riding bicycles and walking buck naked through the streets of the city in front of kids and stuff? Yeah, I seen. There was a video on Instagram. There's a big uproar about it. I think it was somewhere up in Washington or somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't take you off.
These stinking homosexuals are militant.
Yeah.
They are deserving of death.
That Ridge Ferry Park, I think it might have been the Sunday of the Rock or whatever. When I was going to the house, that whole park was slapped full of some type of festival.
Naked?
No, I didn't see nobody naked out there, but it was all rainbows and all that.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, if I am ever in a situation where I see anybody who is exposing themselves in public, and if there is children around, I am going to lay you out, son. I am going to lay you out with the fury like you ain't never seen, buddy. Flat out. That's why I need to stay in Rome. It might happen in Rome one day.
Well, they had something going on down here last
Lord
weekend.
knows, I'm glad I wasn't. I'm glad. I just hope I ain't around. I ain't gonna try to put myself in that situation, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if I ever see it, nah. But the police was marching with them. They asked the police, is it legal for these people to be walking through the middle of the town naked with these children and stuff? And the police said, yeah, that's totally legal as long as there isn't any sexual act happening. So somebody like me that lays these jokers out, I'll be the one going to jail. That's the world we live in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these homosexuals they're militant, man.
Yeah.
And not all of them. Not all of them. I know some homosexuals who's just normal folks. But there's a daggone good bunch of them. Oh, man.
It's rough.
We had Diego de Luna come in at 99.99.
Whoa.
Thank you, Diego.
Good night.
He said, brothers, good afternoon. Thanks for keeping me entertained as I drive to Maine from Oklahoma.
Wow.
Dang, that's a haul right there, bro.
It is.
That is a haul right there. And let me tell you, y'all quit calling these dang homosexuals gay. Y'all quit calling these homosexuals gay and lesbian and all this stuff. No. All they do, all these homosexuals have done is went around and hijacked everything. They've hijacked the rainbow. They've hijacked all these words and changed the meaning of words and symbols. Screw these freaking people, man. Quit calling them gay. They're not gay. They're homosexuals. They're perverts.
We had Justin Sprague come in at $9.99.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Had Davy G come in at $19.99. He said, greetings from Maryland. As always, a great conversation to listen in on. Any luck with guitar lessons? Happy 4th, Team 3 of 7.
Dang it, man. I'm going to be nice to that feller. No, I hadn't started my guitar lessons yet, Bubba. It's on the list.
Tomorrow is the 4th.
Yeah, what? So why would you say happy 4th on the 3rd? Okay, that's why I'm so upset. That's why I'm so upset about it, guys.
Because they're not going to talk to you tomorrow.
It
So
doesn't. Okay.
They're going to go ahead and let you know now.
What you don't get to say happy 4th of July except for one day of the year, and that's on the 4th of July.
But they're not.
Okay.
But they're not going to be able to talk to you tomorrow.
Well, then they can say happy 4th of July to somebody else.
They want yours to be happy.
Happy 4th of July Eve.
Look, we're in that season now where it's like it's a holiday. No, actually, that's all year long in America. It's like every daggone other week it's a holiday. And somebody is calling me, asking me, what you doing on the 4th of July? What you doing on the Valentine's Day? What you doing on Memorial Day? What you doing on Veterans Day? What you doing on... I'm like, I ain't doing nothing on 4th of July, man. You know what I'm doing on 4th? I'm sitting at my dang house relaxing. Shut up! Good night. The crap is wrong with people.
Ooh.
Clip that, you daggone turd.
It's criminal not to clip that.
Yeah.
We had Clayton Lindsay come in at $1.99. Corn getting ready to warm Chad's ears up.
Hey, it's coming
Thank
for
you.
long.
Clayton.
Thank you, Clayton.
We had Red Lightning come in at $99.99.
Holy smokes, Red Lightning.
Happy 4th, everybody. Try to keep those fingers intact.
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be big, boy.
Thanks, Red Lightning. We had Garrick come in at $9.99. Thank you for your work. I know you have helped many individuals, but the biggest thing for me has been having a team, the friendships that have developed through training.
Thank you, Garrett. We love you, brother.
Mark Stoddard, $9.99. God bless you all. How do I keep bears out of my yard?
A gun.
Kill
Shoot
'em.
them.
That'd be a good way.
Shoot them.
That's what they get.
Shoot them.
Being a bear.
Shoot them.
Yeah, if a bear's going to come in your yard, they've known they're putting themselves at hazard.
Yeah, they're smarter.
Yeah.
We had Garrett come back in at $19.99. The past 2 weeks, I've had my LPO and sister Shannon at my house sharing a meal and meeting my family. And the week after, I was training at Mount Yona with my brother Tin Man.
Yep.
That's
Praise
big.
the Lord for what you are all doing.
Good job,
Yep.
Garrett.
Garrett's doing it, boy.
He is awesome.
Red Lightning come in at 99 cents.
Red Lightning. You just really trying today, ain't you, Bubba?
Lane Lawson, $4.99. I appreciate you guys and the great message you put out. You have helped me grow in my walk with Christ. God bless you all.
God bless you too, brother.
Barry Tavis come in at 99 cents.
Tavis?
Tavis.
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Tavis.
How much did he give?
99 cents.
Yeah. Oh, crawl in the mud like a hog. Tavis.
Easy, Corn, is your ribs.
Garrick coming at $19.99. I don't know why God chose me. I'm not worthy, but what I know is that I'm here to serve his kingdom through my actions and not my words. Death to self. Love you all.
Love you too, Garrett. Garrett's doing it, boy.
Love you, Garrett.
Little Virgil coming at $1.99 with the foam hand like this.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, number one.
Yep.
Hulkamania.
Yep.
Little Virgil's been going big today.
LV. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, I heard him say
he's
earlier,
all
y'all
over
get out of my garden.
Yeah. He's all over it.
Oh my gosh.
Red Lightning coming at 99 cents.
There you go.
Dang.
Red Lightning. You testing my patience, Bubba.
Brian Gaines coming at $99.99.
Oh,
Good night.
He said, Happy 4th of July. God bless your crew and families.
thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian,
Tomorrow's going to be big, Brian.
Brian, thank you, buddy. But how are you going to come in with $99 and say the happy 4th of July thing? You knew what was going to happen, man. You know who I am, Bubba. You know who I am.
We had David Soward come in at $10. Hey, fellas, we're up here fighting a good fight behind enemy lines in the Old Dominion. Love the show.
Oh, yeah.
Virginia. Thank you, buddy.
We had Red Lightning come in at 99 cents. That's his 20th super chat.
Dang.
Thank you, Red
Thank
Lightning.
you, Red Lightning.
And his fourth attempt to piss Chad off today.
Hey, I thought I told you not to read them 99-cent super chats.
Toots. I will do some toot. We had Tater come in at $5.
Thank you, Tater.
I can't afford to feed my 11 kids. Nothing but turtle shin soup and food from our Alabama garden. And I still ain't giving 99 cents.
I like that. I like that fella right there. Alabama guy.
Tater.
Bearded Red double alt, $5 on the road today. Stay present, guys. God bless.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Bearded Red.
Clock and floor, $1.99. This is not a happy 4th of July. This is a decoy.
Outstanding. I'll take it.
Cole Cunningham, $10. Afternoon, y'all. Blake, you can't be disrespecting Mrs. Tua like that, man.
Yeah, come on, Blake.
Dan Crumpton, $5. I see Chili made sure his nipple is prominent in the new homepage. Still going to order that hat anyway.
What?
Did you expose yourself on the website, Bubba?
They got that prominent nipple.
Oof.
Need to check that out.
Muscled Up Runner Greer, $9.99. Great
Sure is.
podcast. God bless and love y'all.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Chili had rocks in his nipples for the longest.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what you said.
Yeah. He's all right now.
Cole Cunningham, $20. Yes, absolutely despicable. They're out there spreading nothing but love, meanwhile scarring children. Absolute BS, let me tell you. What in the world ever happened to public nudity being freaking illegal?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it is, man. It's just like it's like a whole new level, man.
Chili Jr., $4.99. I'ma be like Chad and be in a bad mood for no reason and tell no one why.
I will say one thing
That's
about
a good way to impersonate me.
I will say one thing about my son is he is funny.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He
funny.
is funny. Yeah. Yeah.
He come back in at $1.99 and said, Happy Easter.
There you go.
Yep. There's another one. Easter.
Cole Cunningham, $5. Those stinking homosexuals had me rolling.
Yeah. Get them, Cole.
Madison May, she coming back in at $4.99.
Oh yeah.
She said, I channeled my inner Chad and stopped an ex-military pedo that was in our church, Nuff Said.
Good on you. Bust them, son. Bust that joker head.
Little Virgil come in at $1.99, and he said, as always, this is one word, ... and this is all one word also, with no spaces. I'll ask him for you, period. Peace out to the project 3 of 7.
There you go.
All typed in one
Whoa.
Yeah.
thing with no
LV,
spaces.
Wow.
When you peacing out, I hope that means you're gonna peace out for the week, Bubba, and you're gonna come back next week.
Wow, LV. Yeah, you got, man.
That can't be the final send off.
LV, I mean, look, man. You got to watch people like LV.
He's just gonna come and go, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch people like him, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got my eye on you, LV.
We had Joey Moya come in at $4.99. What's up, dudes? Just got my 3 of 7 hat and
Sweet.
put 72 miles on with it. God bless, folks.
Heck yeah, man.
Sweet.
Rent collector. I miss $1.99. I miss the old theme music from YouTube. Y'all remember that intro we used to have?
No.
Y'all don't remember the intro we used to put
Oh
before
yeah.
all the videos?
Yeah. Remember when Blake made that little?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Dang.
It was nostalgic.
It
is
is
nostalgic.
It is nostalgic. If
Yeah.
you bring it back, it'll
Oh,
be
gee.
big.
Dano, not in the lion's den, $5. Chad gave us red beards and God gave us red beards and gave us a pecker. Once the tucked weenies are gone,
Hey man.
the world will be better. Stay safe, y'all. Keep your balls.
Roger that.
Golly.
Roger that, brother.
Aaron Brown,
Get 'em.
$1.99. Don't spend this all in one place, later turd.
Thank you, Aaron.
Red Lightning, last two, $1.90 or 99 cents each.
There you go.
Wow.
Thank you, Red Lightning.
All right, guys. Well, that was a good show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Lord willing, we'll catch y'all again next week. Enough said.